Well, hello and welcome, people of the internet, to another adventure. My name is Ganyonz, and today we are checking out Dungeon Monarch, a dungeon defender slash tower defender, auto battler, deck builder. It's got a whole bunch of stuff wrapped into one, and it also has some beautiful music. This opening menu here has some really great music that I've just kind of been sitting here listening to while we're preparing. If you want to check out the demo for yourself, link will of course be down in the description below. The game is slated for a Q4 2024 release. I'm guessing that's going to be early release because we are on a very early version demo here. And of note, I'm just going to point it out where I see it. All these menu options, they don't exist. I'm currently clicking the option button. So there are no options available at all, no sound options, no resolution options, there's nothing. So just gonna point it out where I see it. Let's go ahead and jump into a new game and see what the gameplay is like. Obviously, it's an early version demo, so menus being there graphically but not actually being there is not a deal breaker for a demo. But again, just pointing things out where I see it. Decimate these monsters and capture their ruler. Oh, okay, here we go. Today we restore all that is righteous and just in this world. And the darkness will finally perish. 5 races blessed by the gods. Heroes of Athera. And honored guardians of the Alliance. Hunt down our enemies and restore balance to these lands. Banish the evil that runs amok, for we will welcome order and prosperity. We will seal the Hellion away forever and restore peace. Find the Dark Lord, Hellthorn. That is the only hope for us all. So gather your forces and march to the dungeon. Victory is at hand. The graphics, or not the graphics itself, but the art style looks really sweet here. Everything looks pretty cool. Where is the monarch? Byleth, leave this to me and find the Lord quickly. Without him, we cannot make enough time for Master Hellthorn. I'm going to find the monarch. I need you to watch over this dungeon. This may be the last time we talk. Go quickly. Ooh, he just poofed out of nowhere. The enemy is retreating. Keep pushing. Slay the monsters. Archers, aim for the enemy. We have our cards. Drag the card to the appropriate position to activate it. Alright, so we have Iron Rain. Per tile, deal 5 something or other damage to enemies. Okay. That did not do a lot of damage. I was thinking maybe this each bar was 1 health. Nope, definitely not. Alright, well that didn't do much. These arrows are weak. They will not... Well, I was just going to say, these arrows are not doing a lot of damage. That was not enough. Guardians of the dungeon, charge! Make this their grave. Forward, charge! During the combat phase, each unit will automatically engage. Okay, makes sense. It is an auto battler after all. Oh, we are getting smoked here. Oh, we just lost a unit. Okay, maybe we're supposed to lose. Victory is in sight. The enemy will soon fall. Keep fighting. My lord, where the hell are you? Summoning the Regent. Click the button and drag it to a tile to summon the Dungeon Master, the Monarch. Let's go. Monarch time. Boom. My lord. Are you the Dark Lord of this dungeon? We are here to avenge our fallen. Die. Once the Monarch is summoned, you can use Monarch cards. Monarch cards are activated based on the tile where the Monarch is summoned. Okay, so all these are clearly Monarch cards. They were dark before, now they are not. The Monarch deals damage equal to 175% of attack power to 1 engaged enemy. So what is an engaged enemy exactly? Not sure. Guess we'll find out. Idiot. Idiots get wrecked. Okay, well I guess they were all engaged. You are the Monarch after all. With your power, we could fight back. Let's gather the remaining forces and strike back. Oh, we got a backstab. What are we doing? What are you doing? I'm just doing my job, Vefir. What does that mean? Exactly how it sounds. I'm doing my job. to eliminate every last piece of Hellthorn's realm. That is my mission. Are you serious? I feel sorry for you. Why? I trusted you. I really did. Why? Why indeed? Since when? How long have you been lying to us? You have done well, Vefir. The world will be at peace without Hellthorn. Wait, isn't this Vefir? Or is it Grimoria? Okay. You disgusting traitor. I'll curse you until your dying day. So some of the names might be flip-flopped here, perhaps. Long before the dungeon fell. When you were still its ruler. Oh, so so the monarch was the ruler at one point? There must have been a lot of people calling themselves adventurers around here lately. A few of them seem to be trying to break into the dungeons, which would be no problem in the past. Except all forces are not yet ready. It's best if we can settle this quietly and unnoticed. Let's deal with the ones who have entered the dungeon, then we'll be fine. I'll handle them myself. Good. This will be the perfect opportunity to prove your loyalty. There you go again. You've been settled here in the dungeon for less than a month. Since you're able to use your master Hellthorn's power, you've been appointed as her monarch to rule the dungeon until she's back, but you're still lacking support down here. Soon, Hellthorn's old forces will begin to join us one by one. They just need some convincing. To become their ruler, you must earn their trust. So be it. I will prove why I am Hellthorn's chosen representative. No one can dispute it, after all. I hope so. I have faith in you, my lord. Thank you. Keep it up, and keep up the good work gathering our forces, Vefir. Yeah, he keeps calling him Vefir, but I don't... It's more Grimoria. Yes, my lord. I'll see you in the strategy room. Fair enough. So we have our dungeon. In maintenance phase, you can prepare for battle. At the portal gate, in the deepest part of the dungeon, 5 units are generated before each wave. You can obtain units through the button on the right, so this red button right here. For this demo, we recommend getting the Steel Legion unit first. Okay, let's do this. So, Steel Legion, okay, so they have different health totals, so 9 attack, 8 attack, 16, 14, and they both have strike. Okay, and we have 1,000 gold. Each one of these costs a different gold value, so let's go ahead and grab some Legion Swordsmen. So I'm assuming that the symbols down here are likely connected to the type of unit they are, as I would assume based on all the other auto battlers I've played. So given that, might as well go with the Steel Beetle, because it also has, I'm assuming, Steel Legion. This is very likely Lightning, and I would guess that this is Worm, although it looks a little bit more Beetle than Worm. So let's go ahead and grab Steel Beetle. Then let's go at Vampire Bat. Increases vampires something or other, whatever the middle bottom row symbol is, by 3. Okay, we have an Undead Soldier. Deal 200% of attack power to 1 enemy. Deal 80% of attack power to 1 enemy and decrease its attack by 2. I'm not sure what this like square symbol is supposed to mean, if it's supposed to mean anything. It probably just means like value by 2, but I'm not sure why you would need the icon to identify that. If Flora's poison property value grants insect over... Okay, I guess we'll grab Hunter Bee and let's grab the Undead Soldier. Oh, we can grab all of them. Okay, we have enough gold. Acquired units are stored in the summoning queue below. In maintenance phase, you can deploy units into the dungeon without any cost. Drag units into the dungeon to deploy them. Okay, so looks like this is what we're supposed to be defending, right? Because it has health. So enemies are likely going to come from the top. And oh, I can put units wherever I want? Okay, so then let's do something maybe like this, like this. These are all kind of our tankier units. Okay, so we have Steel Legion. Oh boy, I'm going to sneeze. Hold up. Okay. Steel Legion has a chance to block enemy attacks, increases defense for all allies, increases the damage of trap passages. So, are these... Oh, and you can actually see what units below. It looks like units and towers we can see what are all part of the Steel Legion, although I don't see the Beetle. Or no, I guess the first one is actually the Beetle. So, we have 2. Well, actually, we have 3, but we have 2, so we're getting the 5% chance to block, plus 4 defense, plus 4 trap damage. I don't know. So the area of text that has the circles, is that just something that's innate to the Steel Legion? Not sure, but apparently we have light. What does this lightning mean? Why is that next to our characters? We have a symbol down here. Oh, no idea what that is. Okay. So let's go ahead and put our other units down. Let's put down, I guess we'll just do something like this. I'm not really sure where I should be putting units. And I guess we'll start the round. The promise of pain to come. Greet the long-lost, hateful masterpiece. Round 1. Here we go. Okay. There are 13 intruders in total. They're not a threat. But we can't let our guard down. We're still recovering. Fortunately, the old warriors have already begun to gather. All loyal followers of our master Helthorn. I see. We'll need their strength in the battles ahead. Understood. We will muster them as soon as they are ready. Rest assured, they will follow you. So it looks like we can have... Wait, 7 of 11. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Huh, okay. Whoa, this place is bigger than I thought, but I'm sure there's treasure hidden down here. Ha 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 ha. Keep your head up. You never know what's going to pop up out of nowhere. Those thieves! We need to teach them a lesson the hard way. We'd better strike quickly to minimize damages before they get used to this dungeon. Enemy assault phase. Enemies are summoned at the top tile of the dungeon. Summoned enemies will be in a state of adapting for 1 turn and cannot take any action. I've always been curious, is there an actual back-end reason why developers do this, where we clearly have text that is highlighted, right? So this is, it's indicating it's like a game object, right? Enemy is top tile. Why is adapting in brackets? Is that like a coding thing on the back end, or is it indicating that it's a placeholder? I'm not sure. It's just something I've noticed in other games, and I'm not quite sure if there is a actual reason for it. Use this time wisely to advance your units. Enemy assault phase. During the player act, you can use mana to activate cards or use summoning cost to deploy your units. Press the tab key to switch between those 2 functions. You can activate cards using blue mana, but Monarch cards can only be activated when the Monarch is summoned. Okay, we figured that out before. You can deploy units during the enemy assault phase using red summoning cost, but they can only be summoned to the floor with the portal gate. In the demo, Steel Legion units can be summoned on tiers with watchtowers. Deploy units during the enemy assault. Okay, so are we currently in... Do I have like a phase indicator of where we're at? It almost looks like there's something down here, but I can't really tell what it's doing. And then we have something up here. Wait, where are my cards? Oh, no, those aren't my cards. Where are my cards? Do I not... Wait, do I not have cards? Hold up. Okay, I guess I just don't have cards. Combat phase. During combat phase, each unit will automatically engage in the battle. The order is determined by each unit's speed set. Okay, so foot equals speed, starting with the highest. Units are more likely to attack enemies with a higher threat level. Okay, and threat is the basically caution symbol. Units have a skill cooldown. This cooldown increases by 1 at the start of each turn, and when it's fully charged, the unit will use a skill instead of attacking during the combat phase. Okay, makes sense. So these guys are all stunned because they just came in this round. Unit spawn is turn 3 away, or 3 turns away. Start of each turn, mana and summoning costs are reset. Turn 2, 13 enemies left. Okay. So the unit phase progressed. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what that means. So if I hit tab... Is this indicating the phase I'm in? I guess it would. That would make the most sense. I might as well summon you down here. So on a tile, deal 13 electricity damage to the single enemy with the least health with a 75% paralysis with a chance to paralyze 2. And then there's 2 little symbols here. Apply the effect to the tile, and then there's something down here. So... This is a very wordy card with not a lot of explanation as to what is going on. So obviously the thing in the parentheses is indicating, okay, and Oh, I see what it's doing. So the hitbox is the actual card here in my hand. So if I'm hovering over trying to see text, rather than creating a new hitbox where the card that's popping up is the new hitbox, it's still treating the card behind it, which I wish would change a little bit. So in parentheses, it's saying the symbol is electricity damage. That makes sense. With a 75% paralysis with a chance to paralyze 2. So I'm assuming it means with a 75% chance to paralyze, but then it says chance to paralyze 2, and then I have no idea what this thing is at the bottom is. So I think cards definitely need some kind of further explanation. 50% chance to gain when playing an electricity card, except Electron. Has 30% chance to gain 1 mana upon use. 50% chance to gain when playing electricity card, except Electron. I have no idea what that means. But it has a 30% chance to gain... Okay, it did nothing. I have literally zero clue what that means. Let's go ahead and bring our... I guess we just descend our Monarch in. Let's go. And then we don't have anything else to summon, so we'll just go ahead and end our turn. Okay, so we're in the... Okay, so this is definitely phase. We're in combat phase. Wait, did our Monarch die already? Wait, hold up. What just happened? Where'd our Monarch go? I was looking up here, and then all of a sudden, everything went away. Can I just summon you again? Oh, I can just summon you as many times as I want? That might seem a little overpowered. Okay, Monarch deals 125% damage to an engaged enemy. Monarch grants a shield equal to 80% of defense to the Monarch and ally. So, what is the difference between these two cards? So, this is 1 mana. The Monarch deals damage equal to 175% of attack power to one engaged enemy, indicating that the Monarch is going to deal 175% of its attack power to one engaged enemy. This is 2 mana. The Monarch deals 125%. I would assume this is attack damage to an engaged enemy. Does that mean... Wait, why did the Monarch go... Why did the Monarch go away? So, can the Monarch only do 1 card at a time? Well, so this is clearly everything. It doesn't say it's AoE, but it is, apparently. And I don't know why the Monarch retreated. Okay, turn 4, 5 enemies left. Okay, Legion Royal Blade looks kind of cool. Deal 160% of attack power to enemies. And then there's another symbol that I don't really know what it means. We have a Shieldman, which has, it looks like a taunt, maybe? Increases threat level by 1. Yeah, so it's basically a taunt. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take the Royal Blade. Believer. Consumes 15% of its current health. Heals all allies for the amount of HP consumed. Deal 300% of attack power to one enemy. In this case, it has 1% chance to deal 100 additional damage. So, I'm a little bit confused. Why does the 1% have a, what I'm assuming, fanatical... Okay, so this is definitely lightning. This... But the order would indicate that this is fanatical and this is succubus. Although this looks more like a succubus because it's like a pink heart. So whatever it is, either fanatic or succubus, why is the symbol next to the 1%? I'm not sure. Floor increases vampires something or other by 3. Well, we already have a vampire bat, so I might as well just take another one. I'll send them over now. Alright, we're going to wipe them all out. Good luck. During enemy assaults, units spawn from the portal gates on turn 4, 8, and 12. Summoning units to the queue during an enemy assault costs more than during the maintenance phase. Constructing buildings provides additional deployment areas and more units. How do I know what turn we're on? Is this indicating what turn we're on? So we're on turn 8. Not sure. So I guess we just summon up here. Well, you have to come down here. Draw 2 cards from the deck. Sure, I'll draw 2 cards. We already have seen that card. The Monarch deals 110% attack damage to one engaged enemy and grants a shield equal to 25% of defense to the Monarch. Where is our Monarch? Our Monarch is up here. Do I have anything else I can just do over here? I guess I have Thunderbolt. Okay, end turn. We go to the combat phase. This changed to 11. What is this? I'm not sure what this is indicating. Unit spawn is turn 4 away. We're on. Okay, so we're on turn 5. Maybe this is enemy is defeated? Well, we seem to have a clear victory here. Or at least a close victory. Okay, let's go ahead and Iron Rain. The thieves have been felled. They can't steal anything from you now. It's a small victory, but it's the first step towards Hellthorn's resurrection. It was a great battle. We have victory. Okay. 6 turns, 12 enemies defeated, enemies captured. 6 and okay. This victory is the perfect opportunity to grow our forces. Word is spreading among our old comrades that Hellthorn's return is imminent. Powerful warriors will continue to join us in the dungeon. Of course, I would expect no less. We must reunite our forces and prepare for Hellthorn's descent. Yes, we must, but there's a problem now. What is it? The forces of Asgar, Prince of the Goldhammer clan of dwarves, are preparing to invade Prince Asgar. How does he know about this place? I don't know, but it was bound to happen eventually. We should use our victory in this battle to sow rumor... Oh, wait, Byleth? Wait, is this Byleth? No, this is Byleth. He's right, this invasion will not be the last. Stronger enemies will continue to attack us. We need to stabilize the dungeon faster. You're right. We must fortify this place before Master Hellthorn awakens. Repositioning troop. Rearrange your troops to prepare for the next battle. To move a unit, click and hold the unit you want for 1 second. Okay, then. How do we want to do this? I guess we'll just put... Can I just put them anywhere? Okay, that seems a little, maybe you can't place more units than your population. Where does it show 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8? Where does it show my population? Unless wait. Can I see? I wonder, is this number counted as population? Because let's see, so this was a 2. I think this might have been a 2, so that would have been 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Maybe? Maybe. Still not sure. So, ooh, consumes 25% of HP, heals allies for the amount consumed. I mean, let's just get more steel. Let's just go full Steel Legion. Why not? Beast Soldier, okay, Vampire Bat. I guess we're just collecting units. Sure, we have a bunch of units here. Let's go. Round 2 start. Immortal artists will mold memories from life and dreams, and fleeting mortals will color despair something. Today will bring a great evil to its knees. Do not allow your fear to overtake you. The spirits of our ancestors will carry us onward to victory. All armies charge! The enemy starts invading. Prince Asgar, you must have special powers. He does not die easily, so be careful. Don't worry, Byleth. Victory is ours. My lord, I have some information to help you in battle. Go on. Your abilities deal 2 kinds of synergy power. One is the power of unit groups, and the other is the power of elements. Each group has distinct features. The more types of units and building in the same group, the more powerful the unit group becomes. This doesn't just affect your units, it also influences the powers you wield. To perform your powerful skill that uses the power of a specific unit group, you must first increase the group's synergy power. I see. I'll take note. Legion synergy is influenced by the units, buildings, and traits within the dungeon. Okay, so we already figured this out. This is very traditionally auto-battlery. Based on the Legion synergy score, related units gain special effects. These effects can be checked in your synergy list on the right. When using cards with a Legion multiplier... their effects are enhanced according to the Legion synergy score. Okay. And second, the elemental powers. There's fire, water, earth, wind, and lightning. My brain processed all this, and it came out in a completely different order. Plus, light, darkness, and poison. These elemental powers permeate the dungeon ground wherever you use them. Power is applied to each dungeon floor, and if you use the same element repeatedly, its power will increase. For example, if you use fire magic, the elemental power will remain in the tier for a short time. If you use fire magic again, its power will be maximized. Unlike Legion power, the power of an attribute only lasts for a certain amount of time, so think carefully. Thank you for your advice, Frefir. I will lead us to a victory in this battle. I have faith in you. Attributes are influenced by the attribute value of each tier. If a unit matches the tier's attribute, it receives beneficial effects. These effects can be checked in the tier attribute list on the right. When using cards with an attribute multiplier, their effects are enhanced according to the tier's attribute values. Okay, so that's some of the things that we were looking for. So, so we see here... That's why some things were in parentheses. So some of the characters, like the Succubus card, where it had additionally 1%, if you have more of the either Succubus or Fanatical, whichever group it was, it would increase the chance of that happening. Okay. Now, unfortunately, so this increases by 3. We can also go here. Oh, but it's not showing. It's not showing the things, the tier scores. Discard all thunder cards in your hand. Deal discarded cards times 24 thunder damage to enemies. Blank blank applies to the floor. So if I were to do this... okay. Now, it showed before that there were 4 down here. Now, how does that actually work? Because this is indicating that there's only 1. That we used 1 card, but I still don't understand what this down here means. And we're max capacity. Some dwarf got sneaky and came down here. What the frick? And I can't rearrange. Okay, let's just go ahead. Yeah, let's put you down here. You're not going anywhere. Let's just go ahead and punch him in the face. Yep. End turn. We go to a combat phase. Yep, we smack. We missed. Okay, so if a tile doesn't have enemies, the units are going to try and move 2 tiles with enemies. Okay. Oh, so maybe it did mean it raised by 4. So now, does this mean it's raised by 3? I don't have any thunder cards, though, so is this going to deal literally nothing? What if we just do something like this? Okay. And our Monarch... Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe if the Monarch gets a kill... Yeah, okay. So it goes in circles. So it's like orange, then white. So it's indicating... Okay, I understand how that's working now. So maybe if the Monarch gets a kill, it goes away? I'm not entirely sure. Increase the skill cooldown of Steel Legion units by 2. Afterwards, restore mana equal to the number of Steel Legion units on the selected tile. Okay. So this just gives me a ton more mana. That also gives me a ton more mana. This deals 125 damage in an AoE, which doesn't say on the card. I don't remember if I did it this playthrough, so I played like one run through. I wasn't really understanding what was going on, so this is actually the second time I'm going through this. There was another card that's worded exactly like this. Or not, I shouldn't say exactly. So it cost 1, and it said the Monarch deals 175% of attack damage to an engaged enemy. And the way I'm saying that is specific, because it didn't have this symbol. It had literally the words written out, attack damage. Now, I'm going to assume, based on how these things are worded, that the inclusion of tile here means that it's hitting every engaged enemy on the tile. But I think there should be a much clearer way to indicate that this is AoE, right? Because if we do this up here, it's going to hit all the enemies up here. Based on when I was looking at those two cards, there was no indication that it was AoE, unless one of, in case like the, well, I guess if the tile in brackets is implying that it is AoE, but it wasn't clear to me until I actually used the spell. But we also got kills here, and the Monarch hasn't gone away. We have no reason to buy anything more. We still have 1 million units. Like, our units just aren't dying. So, I'm not sure what all these symbols are next to the health. Oh, okay, so we can make it so units stay in a room. But yeah, I'm still not exactly sure, like, what this symbol means. Does that mean earth? So if I go over here, it means wind. Oh, so maybe... Oh, okay. So that's the type... Oh, it's their elements. Okay. Because each one... Okay, that makes sense. It's on different tiers. So this is the type of unit it is. This is the element. So right now we have more wind units. So if we had wind attacks, we would gain benefits. I believe that's how we're going to read into it. We'll just draw some more cards. Is there any reason? Yeah, we might as well just overclock. Deal 13 electricity damage to the least enemy unit, so we can take out him. Deal 6 electricity damage to a random enemy and give stun. So this also says tile, though. Yeah, so I'm not sure about that attack that was doing AoE. $20 enemies left. Oh, buddy. Okay. So, let's go ahead and do something like this. Smack him. Again, don't really know what that's doing. I guess we'll try and get some of our energy back. Deal 13 damage to all enemies. Grant Steel Legion a shield. Okay, just all of them. We lost a unit up here. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely population. You've put up quite a fight, but I don't have time for this. I'll wipe you out myself. Prince Asgar is coming to see you in person. My lord, you must take him down. If he falls, victory is ours. I will go myself. Okay, so let's get another unit down here. Let's get the... Oh, I guess we can test this. Yeah, okay. So the cost is also the amount of space that they'll take up. Oh, here's the prince. Okay. So... Strike 5 random enemies with lightning. Each bolt of lightning deals 7 electrical damage, and it's going to increase. So this is going to go up 1, 2. So it's going to go 2 of a different color, I assume. No, it goes... Yeah, there we go. Okay, okay. We're figuring that out. Oh, wait. Why didn't I get mana? Or I did get mana. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and retreat. Okay, can't descend after a retreat. Okay, so basically I'm retreating him so that way next turn I can maybe position him over here and take out this big guy. Okay, we got a couple units we can place down here now. Let's do a little bit of this. I'm actually going to descend you down here. Try and take out these units. Which is easy enough. And then he goes away. Okay, so yeah, I don't understand why the Monarch is moving around like he is. Increased value returns to its original value every turn. So we have Steel Region 8. 20% chance to block, 16 defense, 20 trap damage. Okay. Our population is maxed. And you're going to come over here. Is that right? Units are going to spawn on the next turn. Okay. Yep, you did spawn, but they're stunned. Yep, you come over here to try and protect us over here. Okay then. Okay, so the heart is definitely succubus. We can confirm that. Blue is Dawn Mage. Shows deal 110% sparkly of attack power to one enemy. Okay. So let's just grab more legions. And might as well just buy everyone. Okay, because we have 1,000,000 gold. We can buy whatever we want. We're rich. What else do we want here? I might actually just hold off. Or maybe I should I'm going to put you up. No, I can't summon you up there. Okay, we'll just summon you over here. Annihilating Strike. Where are you? Monarch is up here. Let's go ahead and buff up. Okay, 4 turns until units spawn. That was not the way I was hoping they would go. Grants Steel Legion a shield of 43. Seems pretty powerful. We can increase the value, or we can deal lightning damage. Gonna be honest, I still have no idea what that Electron card is doing. And there's like a green... What is the green over our health bar? Well, it's showing 2685. Man, I wish you could just hover over it to see what it was doing. But I don't know. Okay, so this counts as a floor. Deal discarded cards ×4 fire damage to enemies. I didn't really like my hand anyway. Okay. And units don't move until enemies on the floor are defeated, which makes sense. So, I think at this point... Oh, we have another unit that we can summon. Okay, so I think I'm going to summon down here. Let's get a Legion Swordsman down here. Increase the skilled cooldown of Steel Legions by 2. Afterward, restore mana equal to the number of Steel Legions. Oh, okay, so it did give me 1. Okay. So let's go ahead and draw more cards. We like drawing cards. And how are we doing? So this floor is good with electricity. Discard all thunder cards in your hand. 2 enemies. Does this hit? It hits a tile. Okay, so let's hit this tile. There we go. Yeah. Maybe it's... Is it temporary health? What happens if the Monarch dies? Not sure on that either. I feel like that would be a game over. I have nothing to indicate. Oh boy, we lost a... Wait, why did we lose so many units? We lost a lot of units. Okay, let's go ahead and get these guys again. Ash, I'm going to deal 80% of sparkly attack power to enemies. Okay, so he's got a little bit of AoE going. We have some succubi, slaves. I don't know. We'll just buy them all. Sure. Okay, we got to summon a lot down here, though. So, what do we want to do? Let's go ahead and do... something like this, and then... So now, why can't I put a slave down here? Not enough... Oh, because I'm out of some... Okay. That makes sense. So let's go ahead and retreat here. Make sure that you don't die. That did give us a mana. We'll do some damage to enemies. Try and take out this... Yeah, there we go. 13 damage. Boom. And move forward. I think we win this fight. Definitely. So you're going to come down here? Yep. Okay, makes sense. Are we going to come down here? Oh, we're going to come up there. Oh, well, now you guys are screwed. Okay, we got more units to summon. Let's go ahead and get down... Let me think here. Let's get like a... Oh, I can't summon the pixie down. So let's get a pixie down there, and let's get another legion. How are we doing on legions? We're still at 4. Okay. Let's kill this weaker unit. Now it's 3v1. Don't really care about more mana. Okay. So we're waiting for these last 3 enemies to spawn, basically. We have one more unit that we can summon. Might as well just get down a vampire bat. Go ahead and strike you 5 times. Actually, I probably should have held on to that for next turn. My goodness! Actually, that was godness. My army! Our armies have fallen. We are victorious. And we've captured Prince Asgar. I'm sure we can get a lot more information out of him. That's great news. Take him to the prison. We have victory, even though there were more enemies that apparently need to be summoned. What are you going to do to me? It's simple. I'm going to dissect you piece by piece. I'll be a little gentler if you offer me something useful first. We'll start with the teeth. You monsters! Just kill me, unless you plan on humiliating me even more. Don't be hasty, Prince Asgar. I intend to do just that. Even if you kill me, there's a long line of heroes that will be storming this dungeon to see you dead. Soon enough, you will all burn in hell. You will be the first one down there. Keep it warm for us. Ah! What the hell is this? He could have had important information. His disgusting dwarf breath was fouling this dungeon. The sooner we kill him, the better for the dungeon. But information... I'll take care of it. I'll hear no arguments. That was ellipses in British. I need to keep this information to myself. No matter what, I must complete this mission. To take this dungeon down. That is my only mission. Oh, so we're a little insider. Thank you for playing the demo. If you enjoyed the game, please add it to your wish list. So, Dungeon Monarch. How do we feel about this? I think that the core aspect of the game is really interesting and has a lot of potential. There's a lot of information. that I feel like is not fully explained or is too wordy for its own good. Now, obviously, the more we played the tutorial, it kind of expanded on things a little bit further, like the element symbols or the unit symbols that were in parentheses. I'm going to be honest, some of the... There's a lot of information that I just wish had some kind of tooltips, or I think the UI needs a lot of polish. So cards definitely need a clearer breakdown of what's going on. So for example, there was that attack that the Monarch was doing. I had, based on how I was reading the card, I had zero understanding that the card was going to hit every unit on the tile. And then when I thought I had an understanding that it was, oh, this card has a bracketed thing that says tile, so maybe it hits everything on the tile. We then used a different card that had the same exact format, and it only hit one enemy. So what I thought I pieced together was the correct answer was actually not. The units themselves are, for the most part, easy to understand. You know, you're trying to find units that are of synergistic quality in order to, you know, get more synergistic effects. That all makes sense. There was the Monarch. I'm not exactly sure how it was functioning. So obviously we could pull it out of fights and pull it in fights, and the Monarch obviously has extra power because it has stronger cards, it has stronger stats, has a lot more health. But I'm not sure why the Monarch kept disappearing, why it kept disappearing. I couldn't piece together consistency of, was it after a kill it disappeared? Was it after you cast a spell did it disappear? That was kind of strange. The actual functionality of it, of having a quote-unquote champion that you can pull off the field, drop back in on any tile you want, that's something that I've seen before in other like tower defense style games, and I think it makes perfect sense. I'm curious to see how if there's going to be a deck building aspect to it, because obviously we have a bunch of cards. I'm assuming that will be further down the line, because this was a very streamlined demo, right? It was very much a planned run. This didn't feel like a roguelike game, because we weren't like progressing through a map or anything and getting new unlocks. And I think that's just because this is a very early version of the demo. It's mainly here just to get the base gameplay, not necessarily what a run will feel like, which is totally fine. Again, we're in an early stage demo, which, that being the case though, does strike me as a little bit odd given the release time window that they've given for this game, which is Q4 2024. So looking Q4 2024, we're looking at what, October, November, December, which is only, I mean, we're just about to go into August, so we're only potentially a few months away. This does feel like an extremely early version of the demo. I'm curious if this isn't the current version of like what the game is like, and this is maybe a few months back. They released the demo and they just haven't updated demo. I'm not sure when the demo itself came out. So this demo could have been on Steam for, you know, a year for all I know. I'm not exactly certain when this Steam demo came out. And I mean, it does say down in the bottom right, 2023. So it is possible that this demo actually came out a while ago. Although I think I found it under new demos. So it might actually be a new demo. Hard to say. I don't have that information. But to me, it feels like a demo that was based on the time that the release date is. And actually, now that I'm saying it and I'm rambling more, the planned release to Q4 is very likely to be early access. So it's not going to be a finished version of the game, which is, you know, likely, that I think makes a little bit more sense than this demo came from several months ago, because you'd obviously want to put your best foot forward and put out your most current version of the game rather than something that's a few months old and stuff is likely changed since the demo was created. So tooltips definitely need some kind of update. There was a lot of information that I was hoping I could just hover over to get a preview of what the information was showing. Like the stuff in the top right, there were some currencies there, and I'm assuming the one that was in the middle, it was always in the double digits and it looked like a blue stone. I'm assuming that that is likely going to be like meta progression, maybe not meta progression currency, but currency that you can spend between dungeon floors. But I don't know, because I couldn't hover over it. Again, population, I eventually figured out with context clues, but there was no indication in the tutorial at all that the summoning cost was also part of the population. there actually was no indication of the only indication of population in the tutorial itself was when I hit maximum and then tried to put another unit down, and it was like, hey, you've already reached your maximum. So then I had to kind of retroactively piece it together, have a unit die, figure out, okay, well, what was their cost? And then, oh, now I'm at 10 units, try and summon a 2 cost. Well, that doesn't work. Try and summon a 1 cost. Okay, that works. Clearly now we've figured out what the cost of the units is and how it actually works in conjunction with population. So we figured that stuff out. But again, having a tooltip there or having just you hover over it, that would be extremely helpful. Again, with the cards, having things that you can hover over and see exactly how they're working would be super helpful. The elemental damage was interesting, but I didn't get a good sense of how it was actually working. Well, let me rephrase that. I got a good sense of how it was working in terms of the elemental symbols on the bottom of the card were increasing the amount of like synergistic power on the left. So I understood that and how it was affecting each floor. I guess what I didn't understand, or that I didn't pick up from this demo, was how much it was actually improving cards of the same type. I could clearly tell that there were tiers, right? So there was like a white tier, there was an orange tier, and then I think the next one might have been like yellow. Kind of forgot the color order, but clearly we figured out that there were different tiers. I'm guessing that there's probably a better way to indicate that, to show that you're on the next tier. Because, like, once you know the colors of the tier, sure, you understand it. But when you're first trying to grasp it, you're kind of, like, you're showing the base tier, and then all of a sudden when you get to the second tier, you can't see the first tier anymore. So if you didn't catch the fact that you surpassed the first tier, you just see the color orange. You don't necessarily see it as, like, tier 2 of lightning synergy. So there's probably a clearer way to show that. The synergies on the left, though, that were all the unit types, I think that all makes perfect sense, and it's a system that we've seen in auto battlers time and time again, and it's one that works very well, so I don't have any problems with it. The one thing I would like clarified, though, is in that same synergy window, there were the tooltip indications with the circle that said, like, these units block, or these... I forgot what the actual tooltips was, but it was indicated by a circle above all the 2, 4, 6, 8 synergy window things. Were those... I'm assuming that those were just traits of the Legion. I feel like those should be separated a little bit from the auto battler, like the synergy aspects. Because to me, in that window, it feels like, okay, these units are going to get these benefits if they are a part of the synergy tree. If it's separate, I feel like maybe it should be, like, if you highlight over the unit, like when we were buying units and it had the symbols in the bottom right corner of the unit itself, and then in the info window that popped up that had, like, the skill name, and the synergy type was in bracketed and text. I feel like maybe if you highlight over that, maybe it should show you, like, what they're good at. I don't know, just stuff like that. A lot of my gripes with the game so far were just making more information clearer to the player and how to just understand things a little bit more. Like, for example, knowing what phases we were in was, it for the most part makes sense, but knowing, like, when it was going to cost more to summon units and less, that didn't really click with me. There were so we had the, like, the face phase. I don't remember what the phases were called, but on the top we had, on the left we had, like, an orc face. We had our cards, which is where you could play your cards, and then we had the combat phase. And when it switched phases, the orc face just moved. It had, like, 2 tiles, and the orc just moved to the right. Did that just indicate that it was moving time? Was there 2 parts of the orc phase? I wasn't... Stuff like that I was just getting a little bit confused by, and for the most part, it didn't really affect how I was playing the game. It just kind of affected my... I want to understand systems of the game as in-depth as possible, and there were certain things that I just kind of had to ignore because it wasn't explained to me anywhere. And I don't think that you necessarily want to do it in tutorial form, because I'm going to be honest, I felt like a lot of the tutorialization was kind of a little bit heavy-handed. I guess not the tutorialization part. I think that part was fine. It was just all the talking, like the story aspect at the beginning where we had the you know, the cutscene playing. It felt very slow. Like it was just kind of like, it was just kind of a lot. There was a lot of text that popped up on screen, or I guess there wasn't actually a lot of text. It was just that it was very slow to pop up, which will probably be fixed. I'm assuming that's going to be a cutscene. I'm assuming that those are just placeholders. But for right now, it was just like, okay, let's move on. let's get to the next thing. You know, and there were things like the character names were definitely swapped. So I'm assuming maybe the character had its name was different at one point, and just in the text box it hasn't been adapted, or in the or I should say the text box label hasn't been changed, or the name in the text box itself hasn't been changed, one or the other. So stuff like that. Obviously, like, yeah, the game needs polish. It's an early version demo, but the gameplay itself was fun. I think once there's a lot more polish and a lot more, not necessarily accessibility, well, definitely accessibility because there's no option menu at all, but stuff like that, I think that it will enhance the game and it will make it a lot easier to understand for someone who maybe doesn't play these games all that often. I think if you understand how auto battlers work, how it's not really a tower defense game, but card battlers work, I think you'll kind of fit into the game pretty well and take your knowledge from other games in the genre into this one and kind of piece things together. But if this is your very first time playing a game like this, I feel like you might struggle. And so I'm just hoping for a little bit more polish to help that part of the not audience, well, the potential audience that you could attract with this game. But with that all out of the way, thank you everyone so much for watching this video. If you did like it, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Here we play all kinds of roguelikes, deck and dice builders, tactical strategy games, auto battlers, and so much more. But guys, I've been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time.